Vietnam veteran Captain Larry Taylor will be laid to rest tomorrow afternoon here in Chattanooga. He passed away on Sunday, January 28th. Dave Hill is the only survivor left from the group of 4 Army Rangers Taylor rescued during that combat action that would earn Taylor the Medal of Honor. Hill will give the eulogy tomorrow. Today, he's talked to me about his friend who is now a national hero. Dave Hill has a long military tradition in his family, and he enlisted in the Army in October of 1966. So you knew the war was on when you enlisted?
Yeah, I was gung-ho. I grew up on John Wayne and Audie Murphy. Of course, it turns out it was much cleaner watching it on the cinema.
From the start of his time in the Vietnam War, he had a dangerous job.
I went over to Vietnam initially as a Army scout dog handler. My job was to walk point for a company or a platoon, and we used to call search and destroy missions. So my dog, myself, would be up front, have a support, or we call a slack man, to cover me, and we'd go try to keep our unit from walking into an ambush.
And that led him to the LRPs. LRP is an acronym, Long Range Reconnaissance Patrol. They wanted to see if the scout dog could help on their missions.
Dog's not going to work. Hill will work. I'm going to keep Hill. Dog stays back in base camp.
And the LRPs are who he was with on June 18th, 1968. They were pinned down and called in for help. That's when Captain Taylor showed up for what is now a legendary U.S. military combat action. This rendering tells the story. Taylor and his co-pilot lifted the 4 LRPs out of the fight on the sides of the helicopter to a safe location and dropped them off.
We ran around the front of the ship, and we couldn't communicate. Our radio was no longer operative. The antenna had broken off. And so we just used the only gestures we knew. They were universal. Thank you. Good job. We're okay. Yeah. And that's the last I saw Larry for 30 years.
Dave Hill and Larry Taylor reconnected at a reunion in 1999. And by the time I interviewed Taylor for the first time in 2018, he told me he and Hill talked in some form almost every day. I asked Hill what he wants people to remember about his friend, Larry Taylor.
I want people to know that, number one, he's obviously courageous. He's intrepid. You're not going to turn him around once he decides what his mission is. And he was willing to lose his life. It was definitely at the risk of life that he took this. And also, I think it's important that he didn't have to do this. Had he returned to base to rearm and refuel like you normally would, there would have been no recrimination. That's what normally is done. But Larry, I think, is something for people to think about innovation. What Larry did is what I think we now call thinking outside the box.
It was 55 years after that combat action, last September, when Taylor was finally awarded the Medal of Honor. Dave Hill was there for all of it, and he played a major role in the work behind the scenes to make sure Captain Taylor was honored after all those years of waiting for the honor he deserved.
We could whine about it and commiserate about it, but it is what it is, and he did get the medal. And I really think as sick as Larry was at times, this kept him going, this recognition. He never sought it. He didn't seek it after the war, but certainly deserves it.
And we will have coverage tomorrow during Captain Taylor's funeral services. It all begins 2 p.m. tomorrow with a private service at the National Medal of Honor Heritage Center. We will stream that on our website and Facebook page tomorrow.